Hello, welcome back or welcome to my channel. It's Sunshine Lorena and I am going to be predicting the Goodreads choice nominees and voting. So guys, yes, it is that time. It's actually the 15th of November, so it came out yesterday. I've been avoiding looking at the Goodreads Choice Awards. I'm coming down with a bit of a cold, so I ideally wouldn't be filming right now, but I really want to do this video. I want to do a bit of reaction, kind of give you my idea of who I think is going to be in it, and then actually voting. I will be screen recording, and yeah, that's kind of it. Don't really need to do more of an intro than this. So what I have seen, I've not seen any books that are actually in the final categories, but I have seen people say that the middle grade and children's one is not there this year. Neither is the graphic novel comic one, apparently. So those two genres to vote in have been removed. I don't know why they've been removed. People was voting them, and all formats of reading is valid. So it's really interesting that they've done that, and I will kind of look into that after I've actually seen the nominees, etc., before I like go around hunting around on Goodreads like information. But I have seen, apparently there is now a romantasy, that's how we say it, I think, romantasy. So they're separating out the fantasy romance books from fantasy, so which I think was needed because, you know, romance fantasy is like a huge genre, it's not one that I really read in, but it's a huge genre, so I think it's kind of good that they've separated it, because that way both types of fantasy kind of get the spotlight they need. Yes, I know Goodreads is like a popularity contest essentially. People vote for books that they might have even read one book in a category, which I'm not going to do. I need to read at least have read two books in that category for me to vote. At the start of the year, my goal was to be able to vote in at least one category. I think I'm going to be able to vote in two, because I've read quite a few mystery thriller new releases this year, but also memoirs. So I think I'm going to be able to do both those categories, but we will see. I will go through each of them anyway, because I have an idea of some books that are going to be nominated, for example, like the horror and like romance. Even though I've not like read them, I won't be voted in them because I won't have read at least two books, but I will go through those ones. And yeah, I think that's kind of it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my screen recorder here and we're just gonna get into it, guys. So okay, let's record. So let's go and have a look, guys. So we have fiction, historical fiction. I'm going to start the mystery and thriller. Like I said, I have read a couple of those. So one of which is Lisa Jules. None of this is true. It's up there on my shelves. Can I reach? I can. So I read this one earlier in the year. I gave it like 4.5 stars. And then I know for a fact there'll also be Riley Sager's The Only One Left, which I read in summer. I gave it 5 stars, so that is most likely the one that I will be voting on. I also think there's a chance it'll be Ruth Ware's 0 Days. I've not read it, but she's always tends to be nominated in these things, but I've not seen that she's been getting that good reviews in that one, so I don't think it'll be like top 10, but I think Lisa Jewell and Riley Sager will be top 10. I also think Jessie Q Satano's Vera Wand Unsolicited Advice for Murders will be in there. I read that early in the year, again, gave it around 4-ish stars. I really enjoyed it, so I think it'll be there. There is the latest book in the Thursday Murder Club out as well, so there's a chance that that one is in there as well. And I'm just trying to think, I mean there's lots of releases, but those are the ones I think will be in there, so let's just go for it. So What Lies in the Woods, The Co-Worker by Freida McFadden. I forgot to say, I thought The Housemaid's Secret was going to be in this one, and I didn't realise The Co-Worker was released in this window, but also was it not Ward D? So that's interesting. And I'm just thinking, I've not looked through the whole list, but Alice Feeney's Good Girl, Bad Girl, I think it was, came out. That's a chance to be here as well. It is there, I actually just saw that. So we have Happiness Falls, The Maid's Diary, Good Bad Girl, Only One Left, Don't Let Her Stay. I have seen that cover around. I have some questions for you. The Villa. I felt like that came out like last year, but time, guys. The Leftover Woman, All the Dangerous Things, All the Sinners Bleed, Homecoming. Now I heard people speaking about this one, and there is like thriller mystery vibes, but it's also historical, and people thought it was going to be the historical one, so that is interesting. Didn't realise Karen Slaughter had a book released this year after that night. Lisa's Jewels, None of This Is True. The Last Devil to Die, which is like the 4th in the series. Bright Young Women. Rare One's Unsolicited Advice for Murderers. And The Housemaid's Secret and The River We Remember. So Ruth Ware isn't in it. Interesting, guys. I thought she'd be in there because like she's like a staple, but I already told you I'm voting for the only one left, guys. Okay, so that's my choice, done. So the next category I'm gonna do is where are you? Memoir and autobiography. So this year I have read Spare, which I think is the biggest memoir of this year, so that 100% is going to be there. I also read, this month I've read 3 of, because it's non-fiction, November, I've read 3 other ones that have been released this year. Britney's The Woman in Me is definitely going to be in there. Paris Hilton's The Memoir, I'm sure that's the title, I read this year as well, this month. And then Bad Mormon by Heather Gay. Out of those, interesting, who would I vote, guys? Who would I vote? Not The Bad Mormon. I think it was really interesting reading that one to see what it's like growing up as a Mormon. I didn't know that she was a real housewife when I picked that up. That was interesting, but I won't vote for it to win. Britney Spears, like, you know, it was a huge, again, it's another huge memoir that's come out. I think it's really great that she's finally had her voice. The Free Britney movement was huge. She has so many fans, people behind her. So, and we didn't realise so much stuff that was going on. I do feel, and I saw somebody's review, he said this, is that like the first part of that initial of her career kind of felt like speeding through like a Wikipedia page, because it's like a lot crammed in a little space. And we do get details of the conservatorship, but again, I feel like it's a lot crammed into little pages when there could be way more, unless she's going to release another book at some other point, or it might still be a bit too raw for her to go into all of the details, but I definitely feel like there could be more in her story. Paris Hilton's one, really interesting. There's so much that we don't know about her. We obviously knew about her being sent to those troubled teen schools, and she goes into a lot of detail. So many things has happened to her in her life and we just don't know. And she's really like worked hard her whole life. I know she obviously had a huge advantage of privilege, but she has worked really hard. I'm not going to be voting for Spare. There's a lot of cringeworthy moments in that one. So it's between Paris and Britney. We'll have to go into it and see. Right, so Living Remedy by Nicole Chung. Kerry Washington, Thicker Than Water. I didn't realise it came out this year. I've seen it around, but I've not heard people speaking about it. Elliot Page, Pageboy. I didn't realise that was this year as well. Pamela Anderson, Love Pamela. So many celebrities have released memoirs this year. The Many Lives of Mama Love, Lara Love Hardin, Minka Kelly, Tell Me Everything, While You Were Out, How to Say Babylon, the Witching Year. I haven't heard of that one. They Called Us Exceptional, Becoming Free Indeed. Oh, it's one of the Duggar kids by the looks of it. That would be an interesting read. Counting the Cost, another Duggar. Oh, so 2 Duggars. Paris, the memoir, I knew that would be there. A Man of Two Faces, All My Knotted Up Life, Spare, obviously it's going to be there. Hijab, Butch Rules, Blues, sorry. Britney Spears, A Woman in Me, The In-Between, You Can Make This Place Beautiful, Maggie Smith. There's a lot that I didn't know about, and I feel like with memoirs, there's certain ones like Spare and Britney Spears are like huge and people like speak about it so much, and other ones go pretty much under the radar. I'm gonna go with Paris, the memoir, because I feel like she structures that really well. A lot of details. I mean, I think both her and Britney Spears cover so much important stuff in their memoirs, but I'm gonna go with Paris. I just felt like she went into I feel like she told her story in a better way. It's not about the actual story, it's about the way that it has been written and told. And I think she did it better than Britney, so I'm gonna do that. Okay, so those are the 2 that I'm definitely going to be able to vote in. Let's have a little look at romance. I think Emily Henry's new one, was it Book Lovers, that came out this year, will be in there. Ali Hazelwood's Love Theatrically, which I read, is going to be in there. I don't remember Colleen Hoover having any books coming out this year because that's not really there. I have not really kept up with the romance, so let's just see what's there. So final, okay, that series has been going on for ages. Of course, Abby Jimenez, yours truly, The 7-Year Slip, Pucking Around. I've not even heard people speak about that one, but again, it's not like my big genre, so I don't see everything. True Love Experiment, Christina Lauren, The Things We Hide from the Light. That's been a series that I've seen a lot around. In the Likely Event, read by Rebecca Yaros. Practice Makes Perfect, The Long Game by Eleanor Armas. I forgot she was releasing a book this year. I've not heard that much about it, so I don't know how well it's doing. A romantic comedy, Hello Stranger, The Right Move, Love Theatrically, Wildfire. Okay, that was this year. The Happy Place. Is that Happy Place? Okay. Again, another one in the Kings of Sin series. Okay, only read one, so I'm not going to vote on that. If I manage to read one of these other ones in the next 2 weeks, I will vote. Fantasy 100% is going to have The Fourth Wing and its sequel, because they've both come out in the year. I really do want to read The Fourth Wing at some point, but I've been trying to focus on other books. But I can't think of any other fantasies that have come out this year, which is weird. So Encyclopedia of Fireflies. Oh, Victory City. That was one of the ones that I looked at early in the year, but I didn't read it. A Day of Fallen Night, Van Cove. I'm really out of touch with the fantasy books. V. Schwab, Cassandra Clare. Oh yeah, Bookshops and Bone Dust. Okay, that, of course, that came out this month. It fell into like the time. Must have got enough like want to reads and stuff on there. Hellbent, Leah Bardot. Yeah, okay. Again, not going to be able to vote in that because I've not even read a single one of those. But Fourth Wing's not in there. Oh, unless it's in, is it Romantasy then? It is Romantasy, guys. So this is the thing. A lot of those, yeah, there's too many books, I think, in both genres. I'm glad they separated it out, and it only has The Fourth Wing. It doesn't have the sequel. Okay, so The Assistant to the Villain I've seen around. Like I said, I've not been like keeping up with it, but yeah, okay, so that is actually Romantasy. Okay, so if I read that, it'll be like my first Romantasy. Horror 100% is gonna have Grady Hendrix. Oh, what's it called again? I gave it 5 stars at the start of the year. My mind just went blank, guys. And then Stephen Graham Jones did the sequel of My Heart's a Chainsaw. And then Stephen King came out with Holly. Those are the only horrors that I know of that will be in this. So with The September House, Sister of the Lost Nation, Vampires del Norte, yep, Stephen Graham Jones, and you'll be there. Oh yeah, of course, Our Share of the Night by Marina Enriquez. I have seen that Rouge around, sorry. Holly, yep. Silver Nitrate, forgot about that one. How do you say Haunted House? There we go. Mr. Madrick, I've seen around as well. So interesting. Young adult fantasy and science fiction. Fantasy is gonna have Song of Silver Flame Like Night. Song of Silver Flame Like Night, yeah. Which I read earlier this year, and that is the only one that I have read. The Threads That Bind I've seen around. Okay, Chloe Gong had her book out this year. Okay. Fiction is gonna have Yellowface 100%, but I can't think of anything else that's going to be in there. I don't know a lot of these. I've seen Mammy around. Hello Beautiful I've seen around. The rest of them, really, I don't know them. Like, I think with like book talk and stuff, like you're very much in your genre, aren't you? Which kind of keeps you from seeing some of these other ones, but there's so much that I just didn't know was around. Interesting. I'm going to look at debut novel to see what's there, because that'll be interesting. One is Summer in Savannah. I have not heard of any of these top ones, not heard of those ones. Not heard of what we just saw, The September House, so the horror one. And Mammy, yeah, okay, so I don't really know any of those, which I'm going to go now into young adult fiction. Let's see what's in there out of interest. 5 Survive, yeah, that came out this year. One of Us is Back. Checkmate, Ali Hazelwood. Okay, that's young adult. The Davenports, yes, which I still haven't gotten to and read. Guys, I'm so behind. I'm just looking. Rain, I've heard about that one, but otherwise, yeah. So even if I do read the Davenports, I'm not gonna be able to vote in that this time. Let's have a little nosy in historical fiction, because I wonder if we're gonna have a double nominee for no, okay. And I don't really read historical fiction, so interesting. Let's stop this recording, guys. So that's it, guys. There was a little bit of the ones that I thought that was going to be in there and the ones that I voted. I'm happy that I actually managed to vote in 2 categories. I did say 1, but I managed to do 2. I think next year's goals, I'm going to say minimum 2 categories. We'll see if I can read any other books that will allow me to vote in the next couple of weeks. Be interesting to see predictions for the mystery thriller. I feel like the only one left could do it, because I feel like that I've heard more people having 5 stars of that than none of this is true. But I could be completely off, but I think they could be both top like 3, definitely. A memoir is going to be interesting, because you see like so many people are talking about Spare, but are people going to vote for it like that much? It's going to be so interesting. I feel like Brittany might come out top in the memoir, but that's it. I'm rambling on. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what have you voted in those categories and what you think about them, like removing those categories and add in romanticy. And yeah, thank you so much. Hit that like button, hit subscribe if you don't want to miss any more content from me, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Bye.